Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's video I'm going to go through my training plan for my next marathon, the sub-3 attempt at the Gold Coast Marathon in 10 weeks. So yes, this is a 10-week training block, 8 weeks into a 2-week taper. And for all those new subscribers, and we've had a lot of new subscribers on the channel in recent times, I've had to pivot from preparing for a 100-kilometre trail race at the Ultra Trail Australia down there in the Blue Mountains, which was postponed a couple of weeks ago, and pivoting into a marathon. So I'm going to use all that preparation that I had for that 100-kilometre trail race and put it to good use to run another sub-3 hour marathon at what will be age 56. So a little bit of background, guys, for all those new subscribers. UTA was postponed from May until late October. Unfortunately, I can't do the October date because I've already committed myself to run the Melbourne Marathon in early October. So I've deferred my entry for 12 months. But if you want to see why the UTA was postponed, there's a video at the end of this video that I will leave a link to, so you can go and check that one out as to why UTA is not happening in May. But I just pivot to the Gold Coast Marathon now. I'm quite excited to really jump into this marathon training block. It's a really short training block, but I'm not sort of needing to build into long runs and so forth as part of this training block, because I've already done lots and lots of miles as part of that 100k trail preparation. So this training block is all about fine tuning and getting ready to run sub-3 hour pace for 42.2. Now this is a short training block, only 10 weeks, and I haven't done a training block this short in preparation for a sub-3 attempt in the past. Now I've run 2 sub-3 hour marathons in my 50s, but I haven't run a marathon since 2017. But I am hoping that the training that I had been doing for the 100k trail event is going to really help me. It's all about fine tuning here in this training block. It's all about getting the legs moving a little bit quicker, getting used to running that sub-3 hour marathon pace at 4 minutes 15 per kilometre average. Mile conversion here on screen. And I'm hoping that what I've got planned in this training block, which you're going to see in a little bit, will get me to running another sub-3 hour marathon. I think I've built some reasonably good speed as part of that long aerobic, slow running build up as part of that 100-kilometre trail race. I did run an 18:56 5k at Park Run about 6 weeks ago. There is speed in the legs, but obviously just got to get used to maintaining a decent speed for 42.2. So what we might do now is go through the program, and you can just see what I'm going to be up to in the next 10 weeks. So apologies guys, you might hear some power tools going off in the background. A new house is being built next door, so yeah, not much I can do about that. The tradies are there and they're doing their thing, so hopefully we can get through this without too much background noise. Alright, the program. Very simple program. There's not a lot of variation in this program. In fact, I'm not going to go and break down week on week in this training block for you, because I only really need to show you 1 week, because it's just going to be a repeat each week. There will be a little bit of variation with some sessions, but on the whole, the days are pretty much set in stone. So let's bring it up here on screen now and have a look at it. I have become a bit of a spreadsheet geek, so I've got all this color coded and everything, so hopefully you can understand it and see it clearly enough. All right, so I'm going to go from Monday through to Sunday. Monday always has been a recovery day for me, whether I get on the grass and do some grass running or just nice and easy around the roads. 12 to 15 kilometers, nice and easy. Tuesdays, now I do a little bit of coaching every second Tuesday with some of my runners that I coach. So on those days, I'll get around about 20k, so there'll be some coaching. And I'm also going to keep doing the stairs that I had been doing as part of the 100k trail preparation. And you'll see a little bit later as we go through this weekly program that there's going to be other aspects of the trail training that I was doing that I'm going to keep in this marathon training block. One Tuesday will be the coaching and the stairs up to about 20 kilometers. And then on the alternative Tuesdays, I'm going to go and hit the trails and do probably 18 to 20 kilometers as well. Wednesdays is has always been, for me, as part of a marathon training block, has always been a midweek long run. And I do like to just get on the hills and roll over the hills here. So planning to run between 25 and 28k. All I'm looking for here is a nice easy pace, and I like to get on the hills in this midweek long run because it just helps to build the leg strength, and we all know how important that is towards the back end of a marathon, making sure that your legs are nice and strong to carry you to the finish line. Now Thursdays are going to be my speed days, 12 to 20 odd kilometers as we go through the program. A combination of marathon pace, tempos, some shorter intervals. Fridays, a nice easy cruisy day, 16 to 20 kilometers. Saturdays, park run day, every week, 10k, 5k of warm up and cool down, and then obviously the 5k park run. Now I'm going to do some different things with park run from week to week. Some weeks where I'm going to have a real crack and have a go at a fast time. Other weeks where I'm just going to do some shorter intervals, and then there'll be other days where I'll just take it really nice and steady. Now Sundays, long run day. Some of these days I'll also do a double up run. It just depends on what I do on the morning. Now I'm planning to get to the Brisbane Roadrunner Club events to do their longer runs, and I'm going to incorporate some marathon pace into those races to get the body used to running that marathon pace. There'll also just be some long, slow runs as well. I'm also going to go back to the trails twice during this marathon block, just to keep up that leg strength. There'll also be some days when I'm on my own where I'll do some long, slow stuff and maybe a little bit more marathon pace as well. So anywhere from 35 to maybe 42 kilometers on a Sunday. There are a couple of events in here as well. I've got the Sydney Half Marathon in 2 weeks on May 15, and then 2 weeks after that, no, and then 3 weeks after that, I've got the Brisbane Marathon where I'm doing the 3 hours 45 minutes pacing. Good opportunity to hit a long run and in a sort of a race situation. My weekly mileage, 130 to 140-ish kilometers. Obviously there's going to be a couple of weeks there where it's going to be a little bit lower than that, like the Sydney Half Marathon week and probably the Brisbane Marathon week. I'll probably lower the mileage a little bit, so they'll act as a bit of a cutback week. But in the main, through these first 8 weeks of the training block, mileage will be quite high, and I'm really comfortable with that because I feel that I run my best when the mileage is high. And when I did run my 2 sub-3 marathons 5 years ago, my mileage was high, maybe not quite as high as it is this time around, but I'm coming from that high mileage in that 100k trail preparation, so I want to keep my mileage reasonably high, and while the body is coping with it, I don't see any reason to change. Now there's not a lot of variation in this training block because I'm really taking a bit of a leaf out of the book of the great Aussie marathoner Robert De Castella, whose training was pretty similar all year round. Obviously when he got closer to race mode, there was a little bit of variation in the sessions, and that's pretty much what I'm doing here. Just following, I guess you call it just like a cookie cutter, week on week on week, where I'm doing the same sessions for 7 days in week 1, that I'll be doing the same in week 8. So if it works for Robert De Castella, who still holds the Australian marathon record after 36 years at 2:07:51 at the 1986 Boston Marathon, look, there must be something in it. I don't see any reason why it won't work for me. Alright guys, before I finish this video, I just really want to thank everyone who has reached out and offered their support for me in my next sub-3 hour attempt at a marathon. I'm feeling a lot of love and getting a lot of confidence from you people, and just as a helicopter goes past, it's all happening here today, I tell you. Yeah, I just really want to thank everyone who has reached out through the comments here on YouTube, and so thanks guys. I'm going to do my best, I'm going to give it a crack, and hopefully this 10-week training block will get me to something that begins with a 2 at the finish line at the Gold Coast Marathon on July 3. My camera battery is flashing at me, so I'm going to sign off guys. Take care, hope your running is going really well. This is a whole new series too. I forgot to mention this is a new series. Follow me right through. I'm going to go through every week of my training block in a weekly video, so make sure you don't miss that. I'll have what I've done in the week, how I've been feeling, etc, etc. It's still flashing, so I'm going to sign off, guys. Run free, run happy, and I'll see you in the next video.